Happy Saturday, everybody. We're live. Our Saturday Live. We're here to help whoever needs help on the World Wide Web for their scooter, motorcycle, ATV, really, any of that stuff. Last week we had a lot of people ask questions about rollers and sliders. What would be the best performance for their scooter, a cheap upgrade that they can do to make a pretty significant difference, and I'd recommended sliders. We've got these sliders here. They look like this. In your variator you have round rollers. Okay. In your variator you've got round rollers that look just like this. Minute, we might have some difficulties here. You got the zoomer in the UK. Nice. So you have to come around here and read these to me, Tia. Huh? We're getting this thing set up. So the difference between rollers and sliders are, these are rollers here. Just like that. And these are sliders. Let me grab a ramp variator really quick. Kind of explain this in detail. So this is a variator. This is what it looks like. And your rollers sit right in there like this. Like that. And as the variator spins, the rollers push out. And the variator, let me show you where the variator is located.
Kevin wants to know what's the difference between the round rollers and the triangular looking ones are.
All right, and then let me show you this. This is where our variator sits, right here on your engine, on any scooter. It's on the front. You have a cover that goes over this, and let me slide this down. And this is this is a variator. It's going to be right up underneath there, and your standard variator is going to have rollers like this, and they go in here just like this. And as the variator spins, it pushes these rollers out, and the lighter they are, the faster they roll out. The heavier they are, the slower they roll out. And the difference between rollers and sliders, here's a roller, here's a slider, is there's more action. So when you roll it out, when it rolls out, you see you've got this extra layer, or that extra meat on there, and it pushes the variator out, allowing the belt to go in, have more action basically. Rollers are what they wear out, and sliders, they wear out too, but not as fast. You'll get flat spots on the rollers. So if you had to choose between rollers and sliders, you definitely want to choose the sliders. We have those on our website, rollingwrenchdenver.com. We use Dr. Pulley brand. There's a few different sizes. What you could do is, if you didn't know what size and what weight, you can go to our, email us at rollingwrenchdenver.com, and then we can send you a link to what we recommend for your specific scooter. One thing you don't want to do, so this is a performance variator. It's got the really aggressive ramp right here. And the one thing you don't want to do is do variator sliders with a performance variator, because you're basically double dipping. It's not going to work. You're wasting your money. So you basically have two options. You can do the sliders with a stock variator, or a performance variator with rollers, and you can just change the weight. So hopefully that answered your question on that.
Show them the Prima kit we have.
We do have. If you're unsure, we do have this guy, and this comes with every weight imaginable, so you can pick and choose and try to figure out what weight works best for your scooter. Or you can just email us. I can let you know and send you to our product on our website on which one you should get. There are different sizes. This is a 13 by 16. If you have a 150cc, it's going to be different than the 50cc. But this Prima kit's really nice. One other thing, the lighter your rollers are, the higher your engine RPMs will be. So the higher your engine RPMs it'll take off faster, but it'll have a slower top speed. So there's a fine line between having it too light and too heavy. What else we got anyway?
What's your preferred gas octane choice? In particular, a Ruckus. I've put a variator, exhaust, jetted it, and an NCY CDI.
So you've done, what's the preferred
gas octane? 91.
The highest that you can go, for sure. 91 octane, but remember, the higher the octane that you go, the leaner your engine's going to be. So you want to do all your tuning and everything with whatever octane you're using. So where some people go wrong is they'll tune their scooter with like 110 octane fuel that they got out of a can and at this Joe Schmo's gas station that's hard to get. And then you tune it and everything's running great, and then you go down to 91 octane. You want to make sure that that's not going to be the case. Hopefully that answered your question. I don't know if you've seen, you were wondering about, did you say it an NCY variator?
I put a variator, exhaust, jetted, and an NCY CDI.
Oh, okay. The NCY CDI box, we do have a brand new, I know you already got a CDI box, but you probably don't want to buy a different one, but for all you guys that don't have an NCY CDI box yet, you may consider our Vanjing plug-and-play CDI box. We created this, actually I'll grab one. We got one right over here.
He said he did that. He needs to retune it. He purchased it in Denver and wish he would have knew about us then in 2013.
Oh, nice. From Denver. So this is our Vanjing CDI box, plug and play. Actually, this one's not plug and play. You can buy this just like this, universal. You can use this on any scooter. No rev limiter, 32,000 AC volts at the plug. The timing curve has been adjusted for more performance. It's got a really strong spark. So it's basically a performance CDI and a coil combined. And I would recommend going with this guy over the NCY. Although the NCY is really nice, and I have nothing against it, there's just a better option out there. And like I said, this is the universal one. We have this on our website. Actually, we put a video up last night that you can click and watch. But what we've done is taken one of these and then made it plug and play. We've adapted some plugs and made them so you just plug it in 2 seconds. Because some people, not everybody likes to mess with the wires, cut them, things like that. There's no cutting, splicing of any kind. So you might look at that, the Vanjing plug and play Honda Ruckus CDI coil combo.
He said he's got it coiled and, okay, I forgot I've coiled and changed spark.
Sweet. What's your top speed on that Ruckus? Sounds like you've got a lot of stuff done to it. Do we have, did you say you had any stuff done to the variator?
He goes 47, and he already did that for the NCY, but he no longer has the kill switch option, which...
Yeah, that's right. Oh, one more thing to know about that CDI I was just talking about, the CDI coil combo. You don't lose the kill switch, so that's nice. And then on the NCY CDI box, you do. Again, still a really good unit. Much better than not having it. But it sounds like you've done everything. What was the top speed?
47.
47. Is that in Denver?
I said he purchased it in Denver, but I don't know if he's still here. And then he has a Polini variator.
Right on. We also have our CVT transmission kit, which is out of stock right now, but that's another thing to look at. Also, one other thing for the Honda Ruckus.
He's in California now.
Oh, California, yeah. So just so everybody knows, we lose 20% of our power up here at a mile above sea level. So I assume that when you went down, took that Honda Ruckus down to California, there was a noticeable difference for sure. So we're definitely handicapped up in 5280 feet above sea level. But anyway, this we have these PK20 carburetors that you can adapt to the Honda Ruckus. The stock Honda Ruckus is a 15 millimeter carburetor. This is a 20 millimeter flat slide. These things are sweet. I haven't created the kit yet, but look for that. It's coming soon. You might look at that. PK20 or PZ20 carburetor for the Ruckus. Also, you can do Honda Metropolitan drive gears, transmission drive gears. The Honda Metropolitan is geared a little bit higher than the Honda Ruckus. They both share the same engine. At least we're talking in 2002 to 2012, I believe, that GET motor. But you can do the Honda Metropolitan gears on that. I don't know if you checked out our last video. So in 2013 through 2015, Honda Metro changed the motor and it was fuel injected, air-cooled motor. They're slow as a snail. My wife has one. Top speed's 36 miles per hour and it doesn't get there very quick. Well, huh?
My Metro?
Your Metro, yeah. 36 miles per hour, right?
Not anymore.
Well, not anymore. We put a 95cc big bore kit. I adapted I took a huge risk and ordered a kit for a different model. Everything worked out, and now you can get that kit on our website. But you might want to watch that video. Check the video. 95cc, 50 mile an hour. Get there pretty quick. Honda Metro big bore kit. Pretty sweet.
So he also says that he's thinking of doing a big bore. Do you think that there's a chance without stretching? But that's in the Ruckus.
For the Honda Ruckus, you can do a big bore kit, but honestly, unless you're a Honda nut, which I am, but I still don't think it's worth it, do the GY6 conversion. You're looking at about $2,200 to do that. Make it a 150cc. Instead of, like, you can do a big bore kit on a Honda Metro or a Ruckus or the Metro on that GET motor, but it's not like a traditional big bore kit. It's very difficult. You got to take the whole cases apart, bore out and basically in a nutshell, it makes it 58 cc's, 8 more cc's. It's not really. You're talking probably, if you're doing it yourself, maybe $600. If you're having someone else do it, maybe you're talking $1,500. That's just a guess. So I would highly recommend the GY6 150cc conversion kit. Again, we have that on our website for $2,200. And that'll come with everything that you need. And that kit is a no stretch kit, but we can also do a stretch kit.
And now we have Joe has a 2015 Kimco Super 850 RT, about to get the NCY 80cc big bore kit with the 50mm big valve head and power pack NCY transmission kit. Also getting the recommended NCY crank with that. What else is needed?
80cc?
Yeah. It goes 35 miles per hour on the speed up, but not safe or efficient. He wants to make it go about 50.
Okay, 50 miles an hour Kimco Super 8. He's thinking about getting the 80cc with the NCY crank. I would recommend, yes, do that for sure. But if you want to take it one step further, do the 120cc monster kit that's on our website. And as far as the crank, yes, you should do the crank. A lot of people freak out about doing a big bore kit with no crankshaft. I've probably done 30 or something like that with the 120cc. Never had a problem. So it's up to you if you want to do that. It's always a good idea, but I just want to let you know that I've never had any crank problems. I would do a performance camshaft with that, and pod filter, of course the CDI box, and I think in that Super 8 there's a variator boss that's stepped, and that'll cause I mean, you can do that right away. There's a variator boss that you can remove and install. We have that on our website too. That restricts the top speed. So if you remove that alone, you'll have a lot better luck. But that 120cc big bore kit on our website will wake that thing up big time. And if you don't want to do that, the 80cc will also wake it up just not as much. Hopefully I answered that question.
Alright, now we have a Malaguti 50 F12R LC, and he's having a problem that when he stops and tries to start going again, it sputters and has a hard time accelerating and getting up to speed, but it's really fast when it does. And he said that his carburetors are clean, and so are the jets.
Maybe you should come closer so I don't have to repeat you, they can hear. That sounds good. It's really slow to accelerate, but once it's up to top speed, it's good.
It sputters.
It sputters, but not at top speed.
Right.
So the question would be, what led up to that problem? Has it always been like that since you owned it? There's a few different things that will cause sputtering and slow acceleration, and one of the things would be, does your air filter have a crack in it? Have you upgraded your air filter to a pod style filter? Or any air filter modifications without doing any rejet. That will cause that problem. The other thing is if you're using really low grade oil, like 7-Eleven oil, chainsaw oil, in your oil injection, or it'll clog your exhaust pipe up. Those are some things to look at. Other thing is you can pull the spark plug, and sometimes you get a little clunk of stuff stuck between the gap on your spark plug. Check that. Trying to think of anything else. Yeah, that's for starters. Do that. What else we got, T?
That's it for right now.
Malaguti F12. Those are sweet. I don't know if you've seen the video. We have a Malaguti. I think it's an F12. I got that thing up to 80 miles per hour with a 70cc kit, bigger car, different transmission. Pretty sweet. Some other things. Going back to that Honda Ruckus, SSPG has this sweet pipe.
He recently switched the belt.
That was on the Malaguti?
Yeah.
On the Malaguti, what about, does that when the problems started occurring? Because if the problem started occurring once you switch the belt, we want to go backwards and figure out, that's always what I try to figure out. What led up to the problem. If you did the belt, now it's slow, then we know that it has to do with the belt. So you might check the belt size on that. Maybe you went a little too small or too large on it. So this is the pipe for the Honda Ruckus. Pretty sweet. I highly recommend this. The cool thing about these is they've got two different sizes. I don't remember the two sizes, but one's smaller than the other. This one here is the smaller one, but they sell one with the larger diameter. So when you pair that with these 20mm carburetors, you can get, here at a mile above sea level, we can get close to 50 miles an hour with this PK20 carburetor and this big guy exhaust. But these are affordable exhausts for the Honda Ruckus. Will you move that over here so I can see this?
See what? Yourself?
Yeah, I'm gonna... What do you guys ride? What are you riding?
He's got a man-in-the-box exhaust. Do you think your carb would pair well? The Ruckus. Okay.
Yeah, the man in the box exhaust. Man, they make good products. Man in the box. I think that carb would pair well. I will tell you, it's super hard to jet. So there is something that I'm working on. I haven't done it yet, but it is a. Where is it? So remember I was talking about the 15mm carburetor that's stock in the Ruckus? Well, we're playing with this 18mm and 19mm CVK carburetors, and these guys, that should make a pretty big difference as far as performance, which I've already done. but the tuning will be way easier. So we're gonna have a whole series on the Ruckus for different upgrades that you can do and things like that, because that's a lot of our business and our whole business is revolving around Honda Ruckuses.
All right. This Brandon has a DF50 SST bored to 100cc. Wondering what a good muffler for it is.
DF50. DF50. I don't know what that is. I'm gonna Google it really quick.
DF50 SST.
I wanted to
Don
see.
Fang, he says.
Don Fang. Okay. So that's bored to a what?
100cc. Wondering what's a good muffler for it.
A good muffler for that. There's a few that. What style is it? Is that a classic style or a sport style? And there's so many different options for exhaust, especially when you're talking about it's a sport exhaust.
Sport model.
There's a lot of, like on eBay, there's a lot of those cheap exhausts, which they'll work the same as any like Yoshimura exhaust or anything like that, but the problem is the quality is really low, but the performance should be really close to the same. So that would be the question, how much do you want to spend on it? But I will say my experience is really the quality of the pipe is what matters. Most of those free-flowing pipes, you'll get about the same performance, but the quality. Like those eBay pipes, I've used them before. They're cheap and they look nice right when you get them, but like a couple weeks later the welds are rusting and things like that.
It's a GY6 sport bike and the baffle busted. That's
the
why.
baffle. Yeah, that's a hard one for me to answer for sure because there's so many different ones. But just so you know, you have a QMB 139 engine, so you can Google and figure out which one's best for you as far as price goes and shape and look, things like that. But I don't have a particular one that I recommend for the QMB 139.
And then going back to the Ruckus, that carburetor, he wants to know, why would tuning be easier? Is jetting not required?
So anytime we do a flat slide carburetor, they're way more finicky. So that the jetting has to be perfect. So like in a CVK carburetor, let me just explain the difference really quick. You've got this little diaphragm, and that kind of moves and helps with the smoothness of the rev. And then when you do a flat slide carburetor, when you pull the throttle up, the slide just pulls right up. So it's basically sucking in a lot more air, and it's really aggressive compared to the CVK. So like, most people that race really anything in this carburetor, it's going to be like a flat slide or a round slide. This is not a flat slide; it's a round slide. Let me correct that. We'll use a slide carburetor just like this, and for cruising and things like that, you would use a CVK because you're going to get that smooth transition. So if you're looking for just a cruiser that's like, got power but it's smooth, then the CVK would be good. But if for a really aggressive, like even on these the Honda Metropolitan and the Ruckus, when we put these in, cruising it's not very smooth. It's like it either wants to be open or closed. So hopefully that answers that question.
And Jason wants to know, is there a big bore kit for the Get 49cc Ruckus?
Yes, there is a big bore kit for the Get. It's made by Farm Racing, I think. But again, let me make sure I'm right. I believe it's made by Farm Racing. Yeah, yep, it's Farm Racing. There is a big bore kit available, but again, it requires and the kit itself is looks like it's around $280 for the kit, and that just includes the piston and some gaskets, and that makes it a, let's see what size that is. What size is this?
It says we have poor connection.
The size is like, I think 57 cc's.
Very bad connection now.
Let me turn this off. My YouTube live off. There we go. Sorry, we're having connection issues.
Still says it. It's all red.
1 minute. Let me try to fix this. Is our connection back? Sorry, we're having some technical difficulties. Let's make sure our connection's good.
I don't know if you can see it. Just says very bad and you need a phone charger. Live connection is fine. Okay.
All right. So sorry about that.
Let me know when you're ready for the next
back
one.
to the big bore kit. Yes, it's like a 57 cc. There is a big bore kit available. Is it worth it? I don't think so. I'm gonna do it though, to tell you for sure. I just say that out of like wondering if it's worth it. I don't know that it's worth it or not. I've never actually ridden a Metro or a Ruckus with the big bore kit, but I do have I have everything available to do that video here soon. But I would assume that it's probably not worth it since you can do a 150 cc in that for around, $2,000, $2,200. Depends what you're trying to do. We do have that kit on our website, rollingwrenchdenver.com.
Okay, going back to the Don Fang, he's already upgraded a lot of my parts. 100cc kit, aftermarket carb with the 80 main jet. The valves tuned to 0.004 and 0.005. I'm just trying to heavily modify it. So that's going back to that exhaust question. So
is there any CVT upgrades to that? You can do the big bore kit. You can do the... So let me just mention everything that I would recommend for max performance on a QMB 139, which covers Tao Tao's Dongfeng, Lance scooters, Schwinn scooters, Raketa, Sunny, Bentelli, all those have the QMB 139.
6.5 rollers in it too.
6.5 gram rollers he has.
Yep.
So I would recommend doing a lot of times when you do like 100, like what was his name again? Brandon. Well, Brandon, a lot of times, and I'm not saying that this is the case for you, but depending on where you bought your kit, they'll say it's 100 cc, but it actually isn't. The largest displacement you can go on that is 52 millimeters. That's 120 cc kit. So you may want to check to see how many millimeters that big bore is, because you could probably go bigger. I know that some people call it 50 millimeter 100 cc, or an 80 cc even. So you can do the big bore kit. I'd recommend the camshaft. You can do the crankshaft as well, but I say I've never ran into that problem with a bad crank, not even on the Chinese stuff. So I would recommend it, yes, but like I said, I've never had that problem.
His is a 50 millimeter.
50 millimeter. You can do a 52 millimeter big bore kit. It's 120 cc big bore. Actually, some people even call it a 95 cc, but QMB 15 or QMJ 152 is a 125 cc scooter, and that's 52 millimeters. So 120 cc kit you can do, makes a world of a difference, and it comes with a larger head. I actually have one here. And it comes with the head with larger valves. You're gonna have larger valves on there and larger ports. So that's one thing that I would recommend. So we got the performance big bore kit, 52 millimeters, as large as you can go without messing with the cases. Crankshaft. Crankshaft you can do if you want, but not a necessity. Camshaft I definitely would do, because I have seen the bearings go out on those before, more than once, and the ball bearings go all over the engine and it's toast. Do the new Ruckus CVT transmission kit. It's like $235, I believe. That'll come with the clutch, the variator, the rollers, the belts, everything. And then you can do...
He's looking for more visual mods as well, for like an open CVT cover.
Oh, unfortunately on the QMB 139 you can't do open belt drive because the starter needs that cover, but you can do it on the 150s and 125s. But the one thing that I would recommend also is the transmission kit. Not the CVT transmission kit, but the transmission. You can go like 50% higher gearing so that you get a higher top speed, because remember, no matter how big you bore your engine, the engine can only spin over so fast. So by upgrading the transmission, not the CVT, but the transmission, where the gear oil goes in, you can really push that up. For instance, last weekend I did the Honda Metro big bore kit. We converted it from a 50cc to a 95cc. Her top speed was 36, and it ended up being like 36 still, but getting there really quick. It wasn't until I upgraded the transmission itself that I got 50 miles an hour, so that's a big one. Also, a larger carburetor. You can do like an 18 millimeter, 19 millimeter carburetor. You can do the pod air filter and then the exhaust. Let's see. The other thing that let me see if I have one. You can do. I don't have one, but where the dipstick screws in, there's a breather kit that we have on our website. That'll relieve the pressure from the engine buildup, kind of like dumping your milk jug upside down and not having a hole popped in it. There's a lot of pressure in there. By having that kit, it opens up a little bit more snappiness of the throttle. And you can do a CDI box, which honestly is not that great bang for buck. It's more, I would buy it more for like reliability. We have those in our Ruckus CDI boxes. That'll bump your top speed up a little bit because there's no rev limiter.
So next question is, somebody has a 125cc Suzuki Access scooter and a CVT box is making a cushing sound.
What is it? I don't know what that is.
125 Suzuki Access.
From a different country?
Not sure.
I don't know what that is. I want to answer that, but I don't know what a Suzuki one is. It a 2-stroke, 4-stroke? It's got to be from another country, which is cool.
Next one. Would it make more sense for someone to upgrade the stock motor a bit or go for a full GY6 swap on his Ruckus?
Oh. Let me go back to that. There's a charger over there. Just a sec. We're a mess. Our internet's slow. Our charger, our phone needs charge. That cushy noise that you're hearing, I would check to see, like, pull the CVT cover off, and that doesn't work. Flip the charger around. Unplug it.
It's not telling me if it's. I'll see if it says low battery again.
Flip it around. Pull the CVT cover off and check the belt. Make
it's
sure
a 4-stroke.
Frayed or anything. So yeah, check that as far as the CVT, and then as far as the the Honda Ruckus motor swap. That's funny because everybody does this. They'll upgrade the hell out of their Get motor, and if you're an enthusiast, then you will end up with a GY6 right after you did all that work. So just through what I've seen, I would just recommend you going straight to the GY6 engine. But if you're stuck on that Honda Ruckus and you love all Honda motors, stuff like that, then just upgrade the motor that you have, because there is some people like that out there. It's funny, right over there on the floor I have a Get motor that one of my customers slash buddies upgraded to the, all these parts, the transmission kit, the CDI box, things like that. And then last week or 2 weeks ago we did is upgraded to the 150. I would do the GY6. It makes it's way easier than spending all that dough and then upgrading later. And you're never going to get, I know that you can get 50 miles an hour out of a Get motor, but not going to get there as fast. And that GY6 engine is made in China, but man, it is reliable. People think that they're super unreliable. They are not. I've seen with my own eyes.
Okay, I still don't know if that was charging, but now I'm a little bit behind on comments here.
Our phone's dying and our internet's not that great. I don't know what the deal is.
Will a GY6 fit in an unstretched ruck?
Will the GY6 fit in a
unstretched, so you can still keep the stock look.
So the closest thing to the GY6 in a not stretched Ruckus, or you don't want it to. If I understand it right, he doesn't want the Ruckus to be stretched at all.
Right, but he wants to know if the GY6 will still fit in the unstretched Ruckus, so like Uncle Phil's.
Yeah. Click on our web. I don't have the video up yet. It's coming. But click on our website, rollingwrenchdenver.com, and click in No Stretch Ruckus Kit. That's the closest you're going to get to putting a GY6 in your Ruckus without stretching it. It is stretched though. It just doesn't look like it because it's not lowered like all the rest. So and it's got the 10-inch wheels with the stock tire. So that is probably that's the closest you're going to get to that.
And then, any tips on saving money on a GY6 swap?
Tips on saving money on a GY6 swap. Do it yourself. That would be the biggest cost, because when we install it, it takes a while, and that's where a lot of the money comes from, is the labor. Keep an eye out on a good deal for the GY6. We have some on our website, but it's not always the best deal. What else? Wiring harness. If you don't know how to do wiring, we sell this. What is our percentage?
Well, it says 7, and then, oh, here we go. Ooh, it's real finicky, huh?
Sorry, our phone's discharging. Wiring. So you don't know how many times I've had customers come in and give me a wiring harness they bought online. And it's supposed to be plug and play, and it's absolutely not plug and play. You have to sit there and solder, figure out which wire goes what. Normally they're labeled really nicely, but it's ends up being $400 to get the job done, $300 depending on the harness. Well, we made a plug and play wiring harness. Actually, I just came out with it like 2 weeks ago. I haven't even done the video for it yet, and it's on our website. Type in plug and play adapter harness. So you use your stock wiring harness on your Honda Ruckus, and you just plug in the adapter harness. That saves so much time, and the price on that is $329. That'll help you save a little money. Yeah, pretty much just doing it yourself, and that's pretty much it. Doing the work yourself, getting a good harness. You don't want to go chintzy on the mount at all, because that's your safety. Other than that, yeah, just take a look at our adapter harness, because you can use the stock fuel pump, you can use the stock wiring harness, you can use the stock charging system. That'll save you a lot of money.
Okay, and then somebody who must have tuned in a while ago says, do you remember me with the Lafon S Ray 2-stroke? It got worse and it's hard to start. I think my exhaust may be clogged.
So if it's gotten worse and it's hard to start, you don't want to do this for a very long period, but you can unbolt your exhaust and see if that fixes the problem. That would be one thing that you can do. The other thing is make sure, is it smoking whenever it's running? If it is, you know it's getting oil. If it's not, you need to figure that out. I would also do a compression test. Some auto parts store rent out compression testers. You should be at least 100 PSI to even have it running correctly. But I'd like to see, if you're at sea level, then 160 PSI would be a healthy
It's
PSI.
smoking.
It is smoking.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Yeah, unbolt the exhaust. If are using low grade oil, maybe from like AutoZone or 7-Eleven, if you are, then that would be a huge reason why the exhaust would be clogged. You want to use Power Sport grade 2-stroke oil.
Okie dokie. And then Have you ever put an M unit on a scooter?
An N unit.
M.
M unit.
I don't know what that is.
Tell me what an M unit is.
Okay. And then Joe asks...
Does he mean like a Melosi kit? Maybe that's what he meant.
I don't know. We'll have him answer here. And then Joe wants to know opinion on the dipstick replacement compression tube kits. I guess some call them oil coolers for board engines. If you have an opinion on those.
Can you tell me that again? The what is it?
Your opinion on those dipstick replacement compression tube kits.
Okay. Yeah, no, they're really good. The larger displacement, the better that you'll notice the power. Actually, it's not going to be like you would plug it in or screw in the... what he's referring to, let me educate everybody. So on your dipstick, you've got you screw. This is on 4-stroke scooters. You screw in your dipstick and you unscrew it to check the oil. Well, they have these. There's a few different companies that offer this, and it's a pressure relief, or you can call it whatever you want to call it, but it relieves the pressure from the engine. And what it is it screws in where the dipstick is. There's a hose that goes way up, so the oil that's splashing will splash back down the hose. Well, those are great, by the way, because like I was explaining earlier with the milk jug upside down, bloop, 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 but once you pop a hole in it pours out real nice. Same type of concept. My opinion on those is they're great, they're cheap, and you get a lot of snappiness of the throttle and a higher engine RPM. You'll notice it, basically. I would definitely move forward with that.
Any suggestions on swapping a GY6 150 into a 50cc scooter? I've got 2 old 150s and a complete 50cc, but I haven't found any good how-to do's on any information sites.
Well, you're in luck, because I spent 9 hours filming 2 weeks ago on how to install a GY6 engine into a Ruckus. That's going to go up maybe in the next couple of weeks, so that'll teach you a lot about it. It'll be free for a little while, but then it'll be paid, so I'd recommend that you follow that really quick when you see that come up. But there is going to be a lot of tips and tricks. The biggest expense, you've already got the motor. The biggest expense is going to be that mount, and you want to get a good shock and the wiring harness. And I don't know about the wheel on what wheel. We have all of that on our website. Whatever you want. But yeah, there is a video coming for that exact question.
Okay, cool, thank you. How do I know if this is charging?
Just 1 sec.
I just don't want it to die. And I don't want to hit finish.
I don't know if it's plugged in. It's probably charging.
Okay. Alright, I'm trying to see if I missed anyone. Brandon, do you live in Colorado? We're always looking for a good worker.
Huh?
I'm just answering as I'm reading.
Oh.
These,
So if anybody needs a Get motor, just a stock Honda Ruckus motor, I have one with 50 miles sitting right down here, like brand new condition. Hit us up if you need one. I'm going to put that on eBay here in the next couple weeks.
Let's see. Please introduce yourself. You've got Matt in front of the camera. Tia, I'm here behind.
My name is Matt Burton. Tia is my wife. We run this business together. We've been running this business since 2006. Been on YouTube for maybe 5 years. And we use YouTube to promote our business a lot. Try to put a video on every one of our products on our website so that people understand how things work. And we get a lot of phone calls during the day people want help. So we decided to do this free help on Saturdays to help you guys out and kind of promote our business and our products. So if you feel the need, click the little, I think it's a blue button in the corner. You'll be notified when we're live next. We're live every Saturday, but we might do some here and there. Make sure you click subscribe and help us out by sharing our videos. It helps grow our channel. The more people we have watching, the better. So we really appreciate it.
And then going back, they want to know if they would have to buy any other parts to get the no stretch kit to work, or does that include everything?
Nope, it includes everything. every single thing.
Oh, yay. Well, thank you. We appreciate that.
That took a long time in the making to do. Probably had 2 years on that project, figuring everything out and making sure it's ready to be sold. But that plug-and-play wiring harness kit is going to be like, I'm so excited about it because I've been working on it. We used to sell a kit that it would take me 8 hours to build this GY6 harness, GY6 wiring harness. It was really, really good. It was all Tefcell wire, military grade, factory OEM plugs. It was $580. Nobody wanted to spend that much, so I moved some things around. We made it $330. You're using your stock wiring harness on your GET motor, and everything just adapts. You use a stock. Everything's stock. The only thing that for the GY6 engine, and it's using the stock charging system, stock start. You can kill it with the kill switch. A lot of those harnesses you got it. It's reverse kill, and it's really going to be awesome. I think it's, of course, I think it's the best one ever out there because I made it. But I really think it's. I'm excited.
Let's see here.
But one thing to know about the GY6, when you do that, you know your GET motor, your Ruckus or Honda Metro, it's super smooth when you're cruising down the road. That GET motor, it vibrates a lot because it's got a really long stroke in the engine. Just expect that. What else we got? You want me to still ramble?
I don't know. I don't have any other questions.
Anybody have any other questions? How many minutes are we at?
Will he have to solder the wiring harness
Soldering? Nope, no soldering.
onto the no stretch kit, or is it plug and play?
100% plug and play. There will be no cutting. So the question is, do you have to solder our plug and play wiring harness? And I'm going to make this really clear because I'm super excited about it. No. It plugs in about 20 minutes. Literally plugs in. No soldering, no cutting, no lengthening or shortening wires. I can literally, right now, if I had 20 minutes, or less, I bet you, I can plug this sucker in without any cutting, soldering of any sort.
Sounds like a dare.
I can do it. I can do it.
I have a Honda Metro that Matt just did the kit last weekend, and then I have a 1986 Honda Spree, and Matt has a 232 Honda Ruckus amongst other.
We have I don't know if you've seen the videos, but I have a 232cc Honda Ruckus. I imported the motor from Tita out of Taiwan. Is it Taiwan? Yeah, Taiwan. They don't come built, so you have to build it. I installed that. Then I did the fuel injection system that's made for the 250cc engine. The fuel injection's been installed. Right now, it runs and drives great. Only problem is I need more fuel. So I've been working with a company called Dobek Performance to develop a fuel injection tuner for my Ruckus, and which will be available. But we're working on it so that we relabel it as our tuner, since it's basically another company's tuner, but we've put all the tuning and adapting the numbers and basically tuning it so it's no longer their tuner anymore, and we're going to be putting our name on it. So we'll be having our tuners set up for all these scooters, like the Honda Metro for Tias that we did last week. Well, that tuner is available already. We've done all the tuning. The Yamaha C3, Vino, and Zuma, there is not a tuner available at all. Learned this the hard way when we got the 77cc big bore kit from one of our distributors, and there was absolutely no way to tune it at all. So that's what pushed me into creating these tuners, because I had a big bore kit installed, no tuner. So we had one made. So just so you know, we have tuners available for the 77cc big bore kit, the largest big bore kit you can get for the Zuma F50, C3, and Vino 4-stroke 50s. We have those available for that 77cc big bore kit.
We don't set up rides, but a lot of the shops here in Denver, they set up rides on the weekend and stuff like that. But we've never participated in them. I don't know why. We're just do other things, I guess, when they do the rides.
I know why. It's fun though. It's very fun. Rides are fun, but when you're all week, whenever I'm working on these,
yeah,
and,
I guess that's true.
all that, and you kind of want to just take a break on the weekends. That's the reason we don't. Even though we ride them, we just I don't know.
Go on our own rides.
Maybe it'll change.
And then let's
really been having a lot of fun though, building these scooters and stuff like that. Seems like I go on rides a lot with our customers. So yeah, we need to not a lot, but when I do ride, it's with our customers. So maybe we need to set up a ride. That'd be sweet.
Joe wants to know what tools are needed for installing the big bore kit and the complete CVT replacement, as well as the Boss replacement for the Kimco Super 850R. He has the basic household tools, but nothing else.
So you will need a Kawasaki impact gun. You can find it on Amazon. It's a 12-volt cigarette lighter style impact gun. That way you don't need like a big air compressor and things like that. I think I have a link. There's a link on one of our videos to that. But anyway, it's made by Kawasaki. You can't miss it. Google Kawasaki 12-volt impact gun on Amazon. You'll need that, and then you need a basic toolkit like 8mm, 10mm, 12, 17, 14, long, deep, and standard. But basic tools, you don't need a whole lot to do that. I don't know if we have a video, a how-to video, a big bore kit video on our website. It's $5, and it's like 45 minutes long, I think. I recommend buying that, and it helps us support us also. And then you'll have a really good idea on what tools, and because that's the same engine as it's in yours. It's on a Kimco Agility. You have a Kimco Super 8, so click that link, watch the video, and that'll give you a really good idea on what to do on that. Also, as far as like the CVT, changing that out, you can look. I know this isn't the same model. The Honda Ruckus, we have a CVT transmission kit. You can pull that up. It's basically the same exact procedure as what you would be doing with the transmission kit. Check that out.
And then Lance wants to know, which this will vary, but what will a GY6 swap top out at?
Stock GY6, so remember we're at 5,280 feet above sea level, so we lose 20% of our power. But here, 5,560, somewhere around there. That's top speed. Keep in mind you can do big bore kits. They make two different types of GY6s just to educate people. So the GY6A motor, which most people have, that's the one that you find for around $400. That's found in all the Chinese scooters. And that guy you can bore that up with boring, 170 cc is the highest you can bore without boring cases. That's the biggest big bore kit you can do. And then if you want to bore the cases out, you can go all the way up to a 190 cc, but that requires a stroker crank, a 2.5mm stroker crank. But the GY6B motor, that's found in Kimco's, what else? The Kimco's, the SYMs, like the Buddies and stuff like that. That's a B motor. The difference is the spacing of the cylinder studs. They're spaced out further. The highest you can go with is a 232 cc with a stroker crank. So that's the difference between a GY6A and a GY6B. The GY6B is a better motor. It's a higher quality. GY6A is not as good, but it's still a good motor, and you can't bore it as high.
That's all the questions,
But
Chatty Cathy.
The GY6B motor is going to be very difficult to find. There is a few companies that sell it, but if you can do the B motor, I'd recommend that. It's a better engine.
That's what Popcorn said. B all the way.
Yep, the B motor. But that Tita motor that I ordered from Taiwan is they make their own engine cases. So I mean, I can't believe that engine lasted as long as it has, because everything on it is paper thin. 232 cc's, you're just pushing it to the limit. But stay posted, because now I have the fuel injection system done. I got it up to 232 cc. What's next? Turbo. We can do a turbo kit. That won't be for a little bit, but that's coming.
Will the B motor work with the minimal stretch kit that we have?
Good question. I don't know. I would say yes, probably, but I wouldn't risk it. I don't know that for sure, honestly. Not worth risking it. Just do the A motor, unless you want to. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it will. I think we'll probably start wrapping it up here in a minute. Where are we at?
Well, we have very bad connection apparently, and then we're almost at an hour.
Okay. Any other questions before I wrap this up? Make sure you subscribe to our channel. Click the little subscribe button at the bottom, and then right in the corner there's a blue button. Click that, and that'll notify you when we're live and we have new videos and things like that. Spread the word, share it.
Now everybody's asking. Okay, so Lance, would you be able to remove some parts from your kit, like the tire, to modify the price, or is the kit just sold as a complete?
Yeah, we can remove certain things.
Okay.
That would be something that we would, if you want to remove things from the kit, it would just be one of those things like give us a ring or an email, and then we can figure out how the price adapts and send you a different bill. So.
And then Wayne says his scooter's supposed to be 150cc. It starts out with 150 QMB.
Yeah, you're right.
So that is a 150.
It's a 150 or 157?
This says 150 QMB.
I've never heard of that. That's not a 150 though. So the so he says 150 QMB. The way that breaks down is 1. That's how many cylinders there is. 1 cylinder. The 50 is the bore size, so that means it's like an 80 cc. Yeah, like an 80 cc, or maybe even 100, depending on the stroke. And then it was a 150 QMB.
Yeah.
And then QMB is the style of motor. Normally it's QMJ when it's a 150. 150 should go at least 55 miles an hour. If it doesn't go faster than that, then it's definitely not.
Okay. Let's see. There's one more. Jack's Ruckus hits the rev limiter at around 28 miles per hour. Do you think something is wrong?
The Ruckus?
Yeah.
Yes. If you're hitting the rev limiter around 28 miles per hour, you've probably done some variator or slider upgrades to your transmission. Sounds like you have 4 gram sliders in there. You need to do 5 gram, unless you're going to do the CVT transmission kit, and that changes everything. Or if you have clutch work done. But yes, that sounds like your rollers or your variator sliders are too light. Because remember, the lighter the rollers, the higher the overall engine RPM is. Also, I would recommend looking at that NCY. We already have this NCY CDI box with no rev limiter. Or we have our brand new plug-and-play coil combo by Banjin that plugs right in, no cutting, splicing, kill switch works the correct way. And that'll get rid of your rev limiter too. But if you're going to get rid of your rev limiter, you got to be careful not to blow your engine up, because that's there for a reason. It's for safety. Anything else?
See, my Ruckus hits 150. Would you be able to remove? No, that's pretty much everything. They got those last 3 questions.
We have this guy, this Ruckus. The pure reason we have this Ruckus is to basically do all the performance modifications on it, and let you know what's worth it, what's not. So watch that.
This is just our tester one. They wanted to know if that was ours.
Yeah, it is ours, but it's our tester one. Yep.
Okay, Wayne weighs 320, and the 150 QMB goes 54 miles per hour. That's pretty good.
That's fast.
Yeah.
54 miles an hour. I've never even heard. Is that like downhill with wind at your back? I've never heard one that fast.
And yes, we're on every Saturday, so this past few weeks Matt's done it by himself, and we just kind of hop on at any time. So I know we were talking about doing reminders and stuff, but if you guys like a particular time, let us know what works for you.
Yeah, so also let us know what we want to talk kind of go into this blind. We never know what we're going to talk about. I have some things that I kind of lay out just in case we run out of things to talk about. But if you have some things that you want to know, if you want to get educated on and whatnot, definitely let us know.
I have to show you, so, since you mentioned Dumb and Dumber, I'm going to squeeze you this way. That's our main attitude of the shop, is our Dumb and Dumber we live by. So, but no, I have never done that in the mountains. I'm kind of just a neighborhood round the block type of gal, but Matt's more of a avid rider.
Oh yeah. All right, guys, we appreciate you watching and tuning in. Please click the subscribe button, spread the word. Click the little blue button in the corner, notifies you when we're live, and tune in next week at, I don't know what time, but whenever we feel like it on Saturday, because Saturday is our day off and we do this because we want to do it. So click that button. We appreciate everything. Thank you.